Welcome back, friends. I wanted to look together with you at Hardship, a post-Earth role-playing game. And it's post-apocalyptic in a way. You could say it's similar to Fallout. You could say it's maybe pointing to something like Cyberpunk. We'll just have a look at this game. It is a very, very hard RPG. And yeah, it's definitely, it's got the Fallout 1, Fallout 2 vibes, but it's, I think, higher difficulty. So it's from the people who also made Age of Decadence, so it's fundamentally well done, it's detailed, you have a lot of choices, but your choices matter a lot. So you have to be careful what choices you take, because if you take the wrong choices, you just die. And they've even put out a warning for that. So let's see. We'll just make someone here. They all they all have these crazy names. So let's see. Make someone who looks like a younger Disco Elysium cop. Obadiah. Jabba Daya. And it's not random that they have these names, because there's a conflict going on there between a couple of factions. They are in a colony ship. This colony ship flies and flies, and originally the population of these was from a number of believers that were sent out there to get to a planet. But the problem is, it's a so-called generation ship, and in this generation ship people are just living on the ship, and the journey will be so long that multiple generations will be done out and forgotten until they arrive at their destination. They don't even know if someone will be maybe faster than them, or what exactly will be there when they land. That is part of the game. So you can have a couple of feats here. Some of the feats, and that is quite something, you can only take at the start. And there are some really nice ones for that. Like, for example, that. Educated. +1 tact skill, plus 20% extra experience. That is quite good. And there's something else. I mean, it's changing all the time a little bit. That's also called, I think, Gifted. That gives you also a very, very nice bonus. Yeah, that's just here. And that's something you should... character creation only. There are other things, as you can see here. Fast runner. Because that's in the heroic section. There you can take this healing factor, regeneration. That's actually pretty good. But you have to survive combat first before you can profit from that. Mastermind, extra feat every 3 levels, starting at level 2, plus 50% skill learning rate. That's also awesome. Like, that's really awesome. But you only have 1 feat, so to be careful. The cult leader is also cool. Party earns 20% more extra experience. Followers gain +1 natural damage reduction. Dodge this. Aimed +10, graze +10. Grazes do +3 damage. That goes into a gunslinger career, and guns play a huge role. Don't make the mistake to think you can go full melee weaponry here, at least at the start. That's a really bad idea. You probably need a lot of equipment for that. So at the start, these are your things. Shotgun is probably the best for the start. Then you can have different other things that will help you, like speech, persuasion, but you have to think about how you will master different situations. And at the start you will be alone, so you have to have at least one thing to avoid people will like kill you or get the better of you too much. So either persuasion or streetwise I would take. or at least give some points to them, because you can only give 1 point, and then you will have 1 skill. So we could go like shotgun, have that going, and tag that. Could maybe have also pistol, because I think you get a starting pistol. So from that thing, I mean, a pistol is a shitty weapon, so you that's always a balance between taking something bad or sacrificing something at the start for survival later on. You can see you can get sneak, you can get lockpick, that will net you some items. Maybe you can go persuasion or streetwise. That's actually pretty good, because you're at the start, you are, if you want to go a little bit less combat-wise, then these are pretty good. Science is not that big at the start, and you can see there's always a big description there. That's rather something for later on, when you have access to more of these things. You have critical strike. 1 precise strike at a vital organ is worth half a dozen clumsy blows. So we could just go and try to be really good at combat. So we could choose shotgun and critical strike, evasion, armor, and try to get a shotgun. Or we could just try to use the freaking pistol and have it done there. Then you have the stats here. So what you would have to think about what would be good when having a pistol. Of course, there would be perception, modifying accuracy. And this is from dexterity and perception. So it's something like 7 perception. Now intelligence, as you can see here, determines the number of tagged skills, modifies learning speed, and affects interactions requiring insight and understanding. So that is a very good thing to have. And you can see you can have more tagged skills with more intelligence. That's pretty good. You can get up to 4 skills. I think you can not go above 10. So we could have the total pistol fighter here. We'll try that out just a little bit, because the story, you get some story anyways, but the combat system is really intriguing. So let's see. So we have some good perception. We should probably add some dexterity. Affects interactions, determines action points. And maybe some strength and constitution. So we're rather kind of a a killer one, as you can see here. A constitution is kind of okay. The strength is a little bit poor. The base accuracy is very high here. Intelligence, yeah, there's a lot that we could profit from here too. Affects interactions requiring insight and understanding, but it's a bonus because it gives you so much learning, it's crazy. Then we'll see, we could go mastermind, extra feat every 3 levels. So we have these feats, as you can see here. We can choose that thing at the start, so we get a feat every 3 levels. There's quite some things here. For each skill level, critical chance plus 1%. Damage plus 3%. Opportunist, quick fingers. So there's that. That's really interesting. Heroic, gifted. It's definitely good at the start, as you can see here. It gives you even more skill points, and it gives you 2 more stat points, which is also a very good bonus. And I think I want to try maybe the mastermind here. Starting at level 2, though that won't be. Yeah, let's just take heroic, gifted, and let's give us some more points. Maybe 1 strength and 1 constitution. I don't know. So we're okay with this. We have 3 available points. We could add maybe shotgun to boot, and maybe yeah, I mean charisma affects personal magnetism and things like that. So maybe we should go for computers and electronics or biotech. That's some kind of healing thing, right? So we should have something that we could maybe for lock picking. That would be great. Opening doors. Yeah. Let's get rid of the shotgun skill. And let's have lockpick and computers biotech. So you can see I'm really putting a lot in that. And that's the background story. Basically it tells the story of who you are. And so there's the great thing about this is that you'll get the whole story between a couple of factions. And you'll learn the story along the way. I don't know if it has much influence on your character later on, because you can just skip it. And what you answer here also changes what they're telling you sometimes. So you can go full fanatic religion, or you can be fully against religion, or you can be very pragmatic. That's basically most of the choices that you can make. And then we start off in our little cell here. And continue to the pit, the free city. There's of course slums and everything. And you start really in a really bad place. Don't forget your gun. And here through the story you can actually, now that's new, you can choose a gun. To start you would just get a pistol. Whatever was there. But we'll just now take the pistol because we're so good at pistoling. And a backup weapon when you run out of bullets. Let's take a utility bar. As you can see here, we have our pistol. It's called Suicide Special. Goodness me. Yeah, this game is also full of little fun or at least humorous things. There's something that we can open, and we have a piper jack, a multi-barrel pistol. We have some ammo for it. We have worker boots, a flashbang grenade. We'll loot it all. And then we have the menu here. We can use that pistol already. I think we can kind of load it now. Reload. Yeah, here we go. Also reloaded in combat. Then we have the new worker boots. Instead of boots, I think they're a little bit more sturdy. See, it has an armor type, it has damage reduction melee, damage reduction projectile, and this has better damage reduction for melee. So we'll use that. We can use the grenade here. We have some credits on a credit stick. Hello? Where are we now? Ah, here. A couple of people standing around here. There's Xavier. Says Xavier. Raising a cup of the black blend of chemicals that has passed for coffee aboard the ship for at least a generation. And if you talk to them, they have really, really nice little stories about what the coffee is made of, and you don't want to know, you don't want to know, and you want to know. It's really fun. So we'll ask him about that, I can show you the basics of lockpicking, he says, and we're getting better at lockpicking. So you have some conversations with people. If you press tab, you can see all of them. They all have a health bar, so I guess everyone in this game can also be killed. Not that it's recommended by me. There's that bar too that we want to go to. The game has gotten a lot of updates while I've tested it a bit, and it's gotten better. For example, now in the newest updates, they have really spiced up the place. Like, this was all a little bit, how can you say, it was all a little bit grey, and now they've increased the contrast, and everything you need is now much closer here. So there's constant improvement here. Let's see who these people are. Maybe let's talk to the guy here. Solomon, have you come here to find your purpose? What purpose would that be? Doing the Lord's work? I hear you, brother. Just tell me what needs doing. You want me... Yeah, I need the support of its more notable citizens. You want me to talk to them. In a manner of speaking, one of my deacons had tried to coax the smaller fish out of the shadow of ignorance and into the light of the true faith. And he wants, like, money for his strange church. If James McNeil and his crew were to pay the church a tenth of what he makes from his scavenging business, people would take notice, others would follow his example. Shaking him down will make you popular? It's not a shakedown. Offering the spiritual boon. What's happened to your deacon? McNeil's holding him. Prisoner. I want him released. I want restitution. Yeah. So we want to free a man of this church who wants money. Then there's the med bay. There's some fine clothing and armor. And we had that bar, the Whiskey Jack bar, where we wanted to go. And there's a couple of other quests. Let's talk to Jack. What can I get you? Rat poison. And we'll talk about any work. Yeah, so Jedediah Walker. Someone is owing him money. Where can I find him? Ask around in Camptown. Start with the local bars. Good. And Tanner also has a job. An easy job. And the thing about the quests here is, you really have to sometimes note down or make screenshots. Because for now that's an issue with the game that is still a little bit up there. So you have to take notes. Otherwise, if you forget, like, even some details of the conversations, then yeah, that system is not so well made. Even the game is very atmospheric, and you have great, interesting fights. These things are definitely the weakness. Like the quest system, you have to keep track of a lot of things for yourself. So either you have a very good memory or play only that game, or you should take notes. So we're looking for a card. And that's also a new quest. We didn't have that like a week ago, I think. Are you sure the card still works? What do you think we'll find? Take Evans. I saw him at Ape Store earlier today. So that is pointed now to where we should go. And we have to see, because they're constantly improving the game. It's really, really nice. Oh look, we can now look at this thing too, a transmission substation. Sweet. And the first hours of this game were like, when everyone could play it, were like people complaining about the difficulty, and it is really hard. So the devs actually released a few tips and released a statement that it's not meant for everyone. I don't know. It's just the way. It's just the way it is. And I've been pounded on by this game. I went naively in and then, like, some people just walked over me fully. So if you have... Now that's the thing. If you're up against 2 or 3 people, it's nearly impossible alone. So you have to have at least equal numbers. Otherwise, it's going to be very bad. Are you a doctor, Sarah? Been trained in the healing protocols. I'm looking for work. I have an errand that needs running. A fellow by the name of Jimmy Bruce to send word that he's something for me. He owes me 500 creds. So it better be some quality biotech. Bring it here. Little shop of forest. Where can I find him? He's in town. He rents one of the warehouses in Camptown E7. Ask you something else? No. Okay. So, as you can see, we have now a little bit of a quest system here. That has been added in the last few weeks, and that's about all that gets noted down here for now. But it has the basics. It has the basics now. At the start it didn't have that, so I really wanted this to be in. We didn't really have a quest list. Hello there, Gia. Ooh. A woman is half asleep in an old worn-out chair, a half-empty bottle of whiskey. Take another step, she opens one eye and glances at you. The Lord giveth, sighs the woman, and reluctantly opens the other eye, forcing herself awake. How did you like to make 500 credits? 5 minutes of work. Why me? You passed 2 tests, says the woman, reaching for the bottle. First you pick the lock on my door. Fair, the lock is shit, but it still takes some skill check, and you clearly have a certain moral flexibility. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. What do you want me to steal? A key, grins the woman. How else are we gonna get in? Why do you need me? He knows me, so he'd be on guard. That's why I need you. Who is him? Name's Samson, ex-military. Favors Jonas' establishment. He's awfully tight-lipped. He came into some money not entirely legal and decided to disappear. Can't find a better place than the pit. He keeps on a low profile and rents a cheap room, but it's all an act. So I'm skulking around in the outskirts one day and followed him. He led me straight to his stash. It's locked tighter than a steel drum. So how do I steal the key? Easy, let me show you. You gain some insights into the questionable art of picking pockets and petty theft. So where did steal to now? Wait right here. So we get another pointer. That's also new, like that they teach you skills. So there's constantly things being added. So let's pick a quest and like go for it. We should go for a very easy quest. Like something extremely easy, because at the start this game can be really unforgiving. So we would probably not go pay the McNeil crew a visit, because that would pit us up against like 5 people or something. Or maybe 3, that would be enough to totally ruin us. Rather that, Neighborhood Watch, recruit Evans, you can find him in Abe's store. So where is Abe's store? There's Abe's store. And if we click there, we have already traveled there. So that could be Evans, right? So he's got like something. Let's talk to Abe. Welcome to Abe's. We could help ourselves to some ammo. Welcome. Everything is on sale this very special sale day. I say that every day. Can't help it. Every day is a very special sale day. Alright, and goodbye. Then we have Evans. So recruiting the first people. Being a gunfighter. Evans learned the realities of his new trade the hard way. First time he got lucky and killed his man as he fumbled his draw riding high. Evans called out an old hand who put 3 bullets in his chest and left him for dead. Lucky for Evans, a stranger patched him up and he survived. But today he looks like a man whose luck has just about run out. Hebba Jabadiah, nods Evans. What brings you to these parts? He asks, his bold action rifle still pointed your way. I've got a job for you. A job? Truth be told, I've got a job for you. 2, all you've got to do is stick around and watch my back while I deal with these thugs. You do that for me, I'll do whatever you need, no questions asked. Yeah, what thugs? Jonas sent some gun thugs to harass Abe. He nods at the storekeep. Abe here went to the regulators, but Braxton said he can't spare any men. You and I both know the bastard doesn't want to get involved. So Abe hired me to watch the store, but the son of a bitch didn't say a word about Jonas. Till I agreed I'm no coward, but I don't want to go against Jonas alone. He runs this town, for Christ's sake. Wait and see. The gun thugs show up around noon. A man in his 40s who moves with slow confidence and a brash young man eager to get himself killed. You got Jonas's money, demands the kid. No, that we're not really good at talking. We just have to move in and kill them. Place your characters on the battlefield. So that's what we do first. We could place them like anywhere on these things here. These are gun thugs, so I think we should just stay here. Maybe move in here. We could just also start combat. It's really not that important. And we should really look where we should shoot to. So Evans is good at shooting. Got a regular shot here for 7 AP, but there's also different shots. You can see here we could do an aimed shot. We have 16 AP. For a regular shot we'll need 7. For an aimed headshot we would need 11. It has more accuracy. We could have 2 regular shots, but we have to reload, so we can only really have 1 regular shot. With this, reloading also takes some stuff. So a headshot reload gives us 2, so we could shoot once, then reload, and then shoot another time. That would net us 7, 9, 16. So I think we should try that. So we have that. Now we can reload. And we can do another shot. That was only a graze though. So now we're on next. We could also move away. As you see, Evans is a lot better than we are. But we've got that pistol. For a regular shot, we can only do a regular... No, we can do a double shot. Let's see. A double shot uses up, I think, 2 ammo. Action cost is 8, so we can do a double shot. And then a regular shot. The accuracy is a lot worse, but on critical we would knock them out. Now that's not really that great, so we'll just do regular shots. Two of the regular shots. Well, we could even do 3 of the regular shots instead of a double shot and a regular shot and then move a little bit. So we'll just do 3 regular shots and hope we're okay. We've got a graze. Got another one. Got another one. Gun thug is going away. Ow, wow, that was harsh. So Evans is next. So if we would try to get him here, that would cost us a bit. First thing is we must reload. That's a given. Then we can only have 1 shot, so we should look if we would have... Like, that's his cover percentage. So if we move in here, he has no cover anymore. Even from here, he doesn't have cover anymore. That costs us 5 AP. We can see that we still have a shot then if we move into this position. We've got a good shot from here. Bam. So that's quite nice. We can end the turn for him here. That also gives us some defense, I think. So we could also reload again. And then we're next. We could and probably should move into a position where he has no cover. Then shoot once. That's 9% cover, that's 0% cover. That's 4 AP, that's 3 AP. Yeah, we could go here for 5 AP. So it's a matter of calculation. And then we could shoot once, basically. We can move in here for 4, and then we could do 2 shots, basically. Or we could move in here. And that's also a possibility, but yeah, let's move in here. Have a regular shot. Just a graze though. Now we have to reload. Costs us 4. And I think we should move in like here. So he has to do a little bit more. To reach us. Evans now has a very good shot at him. We could shoot him twice. So we have him. Can reload. That one was missed. Let's see. We only have a 6% chance here. We should probably move here. So have a Jebediah. 41%. That's not the dream, but we can work with it. And shoot him twice. Maybe we're lucky. Nope. There's a reaction attack from Evans even. Ah, he missed us again. Evans here could hit him relatively well. But we need to reload first. Here we go. And we took him out. I think we can end the turn. What do we do now? Asks Evans, visibly shaken. Nothing. Why make someone else's problems our own? We have to see it through, I suppose. It's your call. I reckon I'll stick with you until this thing blows over. Welcome aboard. And so, the moment of your time. Heber Jebediah. Yeah, you can see here what happened everywhere, like, and all the details also of combat. So you can see how the formulas work mostly. Note that we have geared our character to using pistols mainly. And we still only had a 50% chance to hit. That says something. So Evans gained 3 learning points in rifle. Heber Jebediah gained 10 learning points in armor, 70 learning points in evasion. Evasion skill increased to 3. So you also get, through using your skills. Gun Thug's futile attempts to kill you has given you new survival insights too. I don't know how to thank you, Heber Jebediah, says Abe. A ripping sweat from his forehead. These ruffians, they would have killed me dead. God knows I don't have much, but I'll give you all I can spare and then some. Turns out Abe could only spare 2 boxes of ammo, 50 rounds each, but it's definitely better than nothing. Yeah, we'll not steal from him. That would be bad. Let's browse the wares. What does he have? He has a reinforced ballistic vest. that sounds like a reasonable thing to purchase, right? We should have purchased that probably right then. Can we trade that thing? Whoop. Oh, the camp knife. That's so terrible. Yeah, let's trade it. Let's close. A protective vest. And this is a reinforced ballistic vest. It has a sneak penalty. and a little bit of an evasion penalty. But other than that, it has a lot more protection against projectiles mainly. So we'll wear that, as guns are just a more terrifying weaponry now. Now it seems like another conflict awaits us, so we should probably try to give us some healing. Or what should we do? Come on. Give me some help there. Game. I think we have taken something to be a doctor, so the question is, how can we access that, right? Yeah, you can see here that we've learned something. That is the progress that we've made in firearms. Pistol, in evasion, we have made a lot. And in armor, we have some points in biotech. And everything seems okay so far. There's a belief system, there's a faction standing here. There's a general reputation, so we're still harmless. It's pretty cool. And we should maybe go out there and talk to these people. Regulators. But before, let's see if we can get something from the gunner thugs. A worker jacket. Yeah, that's not really great. There's normal pistols, utility bars. Let's just get them going. They have even a bolter rifle, so that's nice. And a protective vest. Let's loot that. We could sell it to Abe. Browse the wares. An electronic module. A rope. A rope could come in handy, right? And a utility bar. I think we have a utility bar. Made for wrecking walls and tearing out steel studs. So we'll sell that. Worker jacket and probably the protective vests. All of them. Let's just also buy a rope. And we'll keep the rifle, you never know. Let's see what the regulators want. Hey there. Mr. Regulators. Rumor has it that Captain Braxton once served a higher power. Was known as the faithful gunner Jeremiah Braxton. Backed up like and picking up more recruits, Braxton left the church and wounded him in the pit. He and his regulators offered the good people of the pit their services. After much debate, they were hired to drive the Brotherhood's men out, which was accomplished with brutal efficiency. Thank God you're alive, says Braxton, holstering his gun. When I heard the gunfire, I assumed the worst. I thought you didn't want to get involved. It's not my fight, says Braxton, but someone has to step in and protect these people. I have nothing against Jonas, but this time he's gone too far. What can I do to help? Quite a lot, actually. If we move against Jonas, he'll claim that the regulators are taking over. Many would side with him. We don't want that, but you're one of them. If you challenge Jonas, people will side with you. Of course we'll stand with you, but it will be your fight. Yeah, I'm in. Then talk to Jonas. Put him on notice in front of everyone. Let them all hear what you have to say. Why won't he know that we're coming? We aren't going to stab him in the back, Braxton says firmly. A man deserves the right to defend himself. Wait for them to leave. What are you gonna do? Yeah, the right thing. We're going to save this town. That's quite a burden you're taking upon yourself, Evans comments dryly. It's a good opportunity to make a name for ourselves. Men like Braxton and Jones ain't some thugs that nobody would shed a tear over. They have friends, and I reckon these friends won't be too pleased to hear about your involvement. Just don't say I didn't warn you. But if you had to take sides, what's it saying? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't, so there's that. But sometimes I wonder whether the devil's gonna let it all go to hell. And Braxton? His men do a good job, but I'm not sure I'd want to see them patrolling the pit. So you see that there's quite some storytelling going on. And I love to have that. And as you can see, Evans is now one of our guys. Follow us. Whoop. You can also zoom in and zoom out. As you can see, there's quite a lot of detail here. The game runs very smoothly. Strangely, it has, for me, it has only one resolution that works, and that's the 1440p. But this works fine. It works really fine, and it should also work for 1080. They cannot have that not work, right? Full HD will probably also work. You have a couple of stores. And go for that's the Grenade Man. There's the Promised Land that looks like an amusement center, right? Adult amusement. And it's all very cyberpunkish here too. It's definitely like a dystopia, because they're living on a living spaceship, starship, moving through space, and you don't know if you'll ever arrive somewhere. There's Samson. We had a quest with Samson, right? What was it? Samson gives you a sharp look when you move in. We could warn him now. We'll leave. So that's Samson. The guy who stole some money. Then we have Caleb here. Welcome to the Promised Land. Been here long? Too long if you ask me. Maybe it's time to head back to the habitat. What's it like there? Different things to different people. If you think the mission is more important, you'd feel right at home with the Protectorate, and their shenanigans won't bother you none. But if it's freedom you crave above all else, then you won't find a finer place than the old pit. Why do you think of moving back? Too much freedom? Truth be told, I won't mind some stability, and if I have to join a club to enjoy it, then so be it. People are mostly pragmatic here, as in the real world, right? But some are really nuts. That's, of course, the interesting ones to know about this. A lot of people. I mean, I'm not sure if we should. We could confront Jonas, right? But I think he'll attack us, and we just don't have the power to do that. So we'll stroll around here a bit, give you a little bit more of an overview in this charming world. Yeah, also that's the perspective, right? You cannot, like... It's isometric, but it looks very, very nicely done. As you can see, the detail is, for example, it's higher than in Pillars of Eternity a bit, often. It's definitely a charming thing to go for. This looks like an elevator, so let's see if we can go in here. So we went into some kind of warehouse, I guess. Let's see what's going on there. There's always these little elevators that connect different parts. And there's not only this decrepit stuff, there's also a region that I've already seen that is... Let's just leave the region here, leave the area. So I can show you more areas. Now, come on. Can you leave the area now? Yeah, here we go. So there's a couple of areas that can be unlocked. We're now, I think, in the pit. We could go to the... Oh, we are in the armory now. We've gone from the pit to the armory. And we can go here. Whoop. Let's go to the armory first. There's some kind of jungle. Row after row of gutted depots. The armory stretches before you as a shell of what once was. The mutineers hit it fast and hard, overrunning the surprised security forces and stripping it of supplies. Weapons and armor meant for the future colony flooded the ship, turning the mutiny into a fully fledged war. Let's explore here a bit. I've got the train station. There's a hydroponics. I can see here that there's multiple levels here. It's definitely an adventurous place. We don't know where this leads to. And some things you also cannot really follow up. That's a really decrepit thing. Like, it's Like a dungeon, right? Several devil frogs are tearing strips of flesh from a long dead corpse. We're not a sneaker. Let's attack them. Let's try that. Let's see if we... I mean... Oh, goodness me. I think they will murder us. Yeah, they will definitely murder us. Look at that. We'll get destroyed by frogs, so... Left click to select character, right click to place. So we'll stand back a little bit. And maybe we should... 45, yeah, he's got 50 hit points. We'll stand here. Oh, goodness me. We're poisoned and blind. Oh goodness. What's going on with this? Evans. He can hit this frog, he can hit this frog, but it's blocked from the view, as you can see. That's quite nicely done with the system you have here. And we should have reloaded before the combat. Now we have to deal with this. Boom. Switch to the other weapon slot. We have a regular shot pistol. I think they can shoot there too. Yeah, and that was about it. Could do... we can do nothing more. Let's end that turn. Have a Jebediah. Can do something. We should use our two regular... Maybe... Well, that frog is out of range? Are you kidding me? Out of range. Engaged. We have the utility bar. We're terrible at that. So if you're... maybe we should just throw a grenade. How much would that affect us? And that's the question. Have a look at the grenade. Designed to disorient the enemy. Radius of 2. Now there's a couple of things that I would like to know. What is a radius of 2? Now if you move that, you can see that, yeah, I mean it will definitely hit them here. Don't know if it will hit evens. We'll just throw it over here and see what happens. So we're all blinded and stunned. Alright, great. Out of range, out of range. You can't aim at point blank range. Snapshots only. So that's not a regular shot, so we can only do snapshots. We're all blind now, though. Can we do that? No, not really. Aimed, regular. Ah, that's a snapshot. Look at that. Yeah, that's... So that's much less accurate. Even got a graze, even when blind. Let's reload now. Ah, we cannot reload. Yeah, well, then let's end the turn. Let them murder us. The spitter is coming. Oh my goodness, we're poisoned and blinded. The bullfrogs are moving in to kill us. Yeah, that's a harsh reality. You can see that they have very high initiatives, and that's just a thing that you know that like you can just move in anywhere and expect the game to handle the difficulty for you. There are just areas where you shouldn't get into. We can shoot here. Engaged one, that's a little bit better, but we would really like to get this one out of here. Let's reload and then... Who knows? I have to end the turn. It's just... it's the way. And Hebediah will now most probably die. We'll see, we have some snapshots available here, but what can we really do? Got a reaction attack, boom. We're downed, and this is how you die. And this is also all I wanted to show you without spoiling too much. You have seen all you need to see from this. There's some interesting areas in the game, some you can unlock. It's a game that gets developed all the time, at least at the moment. It's from the people of Age of Decadence. They pulled that through. It took a couple of years to get it complete, but in the end it was a good game. And the Steam reviews of this game are fantastic. They're very good. It's just a very tough game. So if you know that you'll get hit in the face a couple of times by this game at the start. Like if you run into an area where you shouldn't run to, like we just have, but in the end it's a nice thing to delve into, and I could really, at least from the release version, I could imagine maybe a playthrough of that, because it has nice tactics, it has a very detailed combat system, the story seems to be extremely well done. There's some characters in there. They've now improved the quest system too, so it's all pretty nice. And what can I say? It looks very fine. When I started this first a couple of weeks ago, it was looking different by a lot. It didn't have the nice contrasts, so it made it kind of hard to see. It's pretty weird to say, but it really made it hard to see. It had that blurry kind of look, and now it's sharp, it's clean cut. So they improved that, and they improved the combat too, because at the start of this thing, you would have combat with these two thugs. You would die from that. It would just they would crit you in the first round. They would crit you away and it would be very close. Yeah, we would have maybe won that against the two people. But if we would have come out like that with 5 hit points each, if we were lucky, and would have had a chance to die. So they have adapted, I think, the beginner quests, so you can get a little bit of feel for the game. But if you step into the other areas, except the beginner region, you seem to be punished very well. So there's a thing of adaptation to that, and it has a very, very old school thing. Yeah, Wasteland, that was what I wanted to mention. It is like the old Wasteland things, like Wasteland 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 too, a little bit, and Fallout. It goes into that tradition, but it's set in space on that starship. And it's a very, very cool story. So, thank you for watching, and happy gaming to you. We'll maybe come back to this game once it gets developed. It will be a little bit will be definitely interesting, I think. Have a great time until next time at Happy Gaming. This is Immanuel Can, signing out. See you soon at Happy Gaming.